You want to learn how to make your own classes in Python. You want to also learn how to make your own methods in a class. You want to also learn how to make your objects. Finally, you want to also learn how to access an object's methods. Then this video is for you. Learn everything about classes, objects and methods in one video. In our first step, we will learn everything about classes. So what is a class? So you can think class as a blueprint. So when you make your house, you need a blueprint, how it will look like, where everything will be present, how everything will work. That's how a class is. So class is just a simple blueprint in simple language. So how do you create a class? First of all, we write the keyword class, then we give it a name. Let's say I give it a name passer, because I do not want to do it anything, I want to just pass. This is a simple class, simplest class you can ever find. You do not have to give it parentheses like these, like a function. And afterward, I just write pass. This means that I do not want anything, just leave this as it is. Let's try. And it works fine. Because when you do not have any error, that's the greatest moment of your life in programming. So this is a class. So you have made your own class. Congrats. Let's talk about how to make your first method. Let's change the name to printer, because I want to print something. So I'll write def for defining a function. So functions and methods are not something else, they are just same things but with different names. So let's just give it a name, printer namer. I give it a specific name. So as you can see, this self means that this is a part of our printer class. So I am using PyCharm, so it does everything on its own. And I will simply write print hello world. This is a newborn baby, so let's just write print hello world. So you have made your own first method. Congrats, congrats, congrats. So this is a way of saying now you have done almost everything. You have learned about classes, you have learned about functions. First of all, it may look like a big thing, that these might be very difficult, but these are very easy. Now you must be asking how I make my own object. So for that, you simply write a name. So I'll write namer. Okay, let's say I give it a name first time, first time. And I'll write here, wait a minute, extra space. So I'll write printer, and let's see what it does. It doesn't does anything. That means we are working fine. So now what I need to do, I need to access method of my object. Now let's see, I write print first timer dot print namer. Let's see what it does. And let's just remove the parentheses for now first. So it's giving me the location of the function. So that's all right. Everything all right. Let's use these here. Now let's see what it does now. So as you can see, it's printing hello world, but it's printing none too, because whenever we call a function, it always returns something. Otherwise, if it doesn't return something, it will return none. So how do I solve this? I'll simply do like this, and I'll write return. I will return a string. Let's see. As you can see, it doesn't return none this time. So it's printing our hello world, and this is the position, sorry, this is the file's location. And we have made our object, we have access its methods. Now you must be asking, why do I need a class? Well, in many cases, like you are making a game, there are multiple things you need to handle at the same time. So a class will organize everything, and you do not have to make everything again and again. Let's say you made a player class and there are multiple players, so you do not have to make everything again and again. You just make a blueprint and just make players as requirements. Now this is done. Let's look at something much interesting. Init method. This is for code. I will give everything in the description, so copy it from there. And let's talk about what is a init class. So let's say I say base, or let's just call it main class. Sorry, these will not come. So let's talk about init method. So I'll write def init, and as you can see it has given me suggestion. I'll take it, and let's just think what it does. Well, whenever you need something as a argument from user in your class, then you can use this function. And when it takes first argument as self, which is used to represent that it's a method of this main class. Now what I need, let's say I need a number from user, num1 and num2. Okay, so I'll say self dot num1 equals to num1. So you might be confused what it is. So this is, I am making a new variable, self dot num1. This will be a global variable. Global variable, you can understand that it's something which belongs to this main class, every method. So every method in this main class can access this variable. So I can use another name, first number, and this will be okay too. So now you need to access num1, you will be using first num, self dot first num as the variable name, and for second num I can just write num2. Now this is done. What I need to do, I need to make another function. Let's say we are making a calculator. So I'll write calculator, and it automatically takes self. So you need to write self here. It's very important. Now what I need to do is I need to just return, let's say this is a add function and this is calculator. Now what I will do, I will just write return self dot first num plus self dot second num, and let's make our object. So I'll write cal1 equals to calculator, and then I'll write just simply, it will take two arguments, first of all first number and second number. So let's take input from user. So this is also very important because we need to take input from user. So int specifies that we need an integer input, and input to ask for user input. I will write enter first number. So user will see this thing in the terminal. And let's just make another one, and let's take num2, enter second number, and I will pass these num1 comma num2, and this will work. So I'll just have to write print cal1 dot add, and this will do the trick. So let's see, enter the first number 2, second number 3, and it gives me 5. Voila, we are doing great. There is one more thing, you can change the object's properties, changing, or you can say manipulating object properties. Now what I need to write is cal1 dot first number equals to 4, and what I need to write is cal1 dot second number equals to 5. So tell me what this will does now. Take a pause, think about it, and let's just begin. So I will write 3 and 4. So what might be the answer? So you might say the answer might be 7, but let's see, it gives me 9. How? Because I have specified this will not work whatever number I put there, because I have changed everything. After it takes those numbers, I have changed their value. I have set first value to 4, second value to 5. That's why it gives me 9. You can also delete properties. Let's say you are making a game and after enemy attack your player, you want to decrease its heart. So you can use this method. You can delete its heart. So I'll write deleting object. Let's just copy and paste. Deleting object property. So you have to write del and then the property name. So I'll write cal1 dot first number and you will be surprised to see the result. I'll write 3 4 and it gives me an error because object has no attribute first number. So as you can see, we can manipulate everything, we can change something, we can delete something, and this was very interesting. So I hope you have liked this video. So let's continue. You can also delete an object. Let's say you are making a game. So I am very fond of games, that's why I give their example. Let's say you are making a game. Whenever an enemy hits a player, the the player must die. And you can use this method to delete object, to delete the player. So I'll write del cal1 and you can see first number. Wait a minute, let me just comment this out because this will throw an error. Before that, let's stop and run again. Do not do this. 3 4. You can see cal1 is not defined. This how you can delete an object, complete objects, and this was everything you need to know as a beginner or intermediate, because this is everything about classes, objects, methods. I hope you have liked this video. So see you in the next video with some more interesting concepts, and everything is present in the description. So see you in the next video. Like, share and subscribe.